I've run many long-running multi-year campaigns in D&D 5th edition, and I found that the best campaigns are the ones where the players really care about the world and history of the setting. The way to do that is actually really simple as a DM. Basically, to make them care and invest more into your world and setting, especially if it's a home-brewed one, is to run one-shots that happen in the important moments of the history of the world of your D&D campaign. Why should you do this? Well, for one, it engages them in the large world events that happen in the world. Why would your players care about the heroes who slew a pit fiend and stopped an army of demons and devils from invading the continent 20 years ago if they have no connection to the characters? Well, they would if it was a party of characters that they made and rolled up the week before and they actually played with. This way, they'll be far more invested in the events and sacrifices that had to happen for this pit fiend to go down, and thus making them care more about the world and history of your world as a whole. What's even cooler about this is that the players can meet these historical figures from the one-shot if they're still alive. I've had many moments in my D&D campaign where my level 10 party met the level 20 fighter that the Warlock played in a one-shot that was known as one of the best warriors in the land. It was a cool moment, especially when you build it up as a reveal. Heck, it doesn't even have to be the PCs as characters. It could even be an NPC, like an old friend that appears in the campaign as well as the one-shot. Or maybe an old recurring villain, which would add to the villain's story and make them just that bit more iconic for the party. The last thing is that it allows the players to be involved in a bit of the world building. If you do this in your D&D world, it won't just be your world alone that you build, but it'll be their world as well. After all, they're also putting in hours every week or month to play in the story and world you crafted, so allowing them to invest that much more and make it also feel like it's theirs is only right. A little story I have on this comes from a one-shot I ran with one of my players. They were playing as an adventurer who was out exploring the lands when they stumbled upon an orcish settlement. And through a series of unlikely and epic events, he somehow rose to become the leader of the orc settlement. In the campaign we then played, he rolled up a new character who happened to be this leader's son, who now has a backstory and a background that is completely tied to his own piece of world building, making him that much more invested in his new character. Now that same orc leader, who was the one-shot character, then became a very important character in the campaign, who everyone knew had a layered and deep backstory that they're all well involved in and cared about. This works doubly well if you're running a sequel campaign. This worked really well for me because the players would already know the world-changing events and the state of the world and its important figures, because they were the ones who played it. It allows it so that they have their own opinions and beliefs about world events and important historical characters that they wouldn't have known before. Plus, they'd also know and remember just how powerful the villain was, so it adds another layer of fear and danger to a bunch of level 1 adventurers. However, with a sequel campaign, you do lose some of that mystery and sense of discovery that you get from running a completely new campaign in a completely new and original world. So you have to be careful on that. Anyways, that's pretty much it from me for now. That's the secret to make your Dungeons & Dragons player really care about the world you're playing in. If you like this video and want to see more D&D and Dungeon Master tips and videos, like this video and check out my other D&D video. Comment down below what exactly you'd like to see next, and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you all later.